Hi, welcome to the Tesla Model 3. To lock or unlock the vehicle, you just have to run the card along here and it's going to unlock for you. Opening the door, we're going to go like this. Put your thumb on there and pull on the handle. Okay. You're going to tap the key card to the console here. Put your foot on the brake. That's going to start the car. You can then put that card anywhere you want in your wallet or what. Cup holder is a good spot too. To put the car in drive, you're going to pull down, up for reverse. That's going to turn on the rear camera. So I'm going to put that on. I'm going to put on my steering wheel. Oh my goodness, my seatbelt. Alright, so we're going to just take off really quick here. I'm going to tell the car to navigate to Los Angeles so that I can show you the superchargers will all pop up on there. It's going to tell me how far I need to drive and before I charge,
now turn right
where I need to charge, how long I need to charge for, all those types of things. When you are looking at the amount of time and amount of charge that you will arrive with, I will give you a fair warning.
West Windrose Drive.
Those times are calculated based on 55-mile-an-hour driving without hills or use of the air conditioning. So that is all very much subject to change. If you're hard on the accelerator, it is going to not work properly. Alright, so our auto steer will only be available when there's a little steering wheel that pops up right here. Your cruise control and autopilot are all done using this lever here, so very few different controls in the car. So I'm going to try to drive here hopefully fast enough or far enough that the little steering wheel is going to pop up for us so that I can show you. There we go. Autopilot. Popped up and then it went away really quickly. So I'm going to keep trying here. Alright, maybe I need to get on a bigger road. Oh, there it goes. So whenever that pops up, which when you're driving down the freeway, it's going to be there more often than not. It's all based on road conditions though, so if depending on the speed or the striping on the roads, the car is very sensitive to that. So as I'm driving down the road here, now that's going to pop up, so I'm going to double click on the lever. That's going to turn on the auto steer, and the speed is going to be set based on whatever is here on the screen. So I'm going to increase that or lower that. That's going to make changes to that. The car is looking for some tension. It wants to feel that you are actually pulling against the steering wheel. Alright, your music is available down here, so you can look for songs, albums, artists, podcast stations. You do have your music control here as well. So right now my car is sensing that there is somebody ahead of me, and it is bringing it to a stop, but I am in a school zone, so I'm going to reduce that down. Minimum that it's going to let me do is 18. Now, did you see that little blue pop up right there? That meant that the car really wanted me to show it some tension and let it know that I'm still sitting here behind the wheel paying attention. So it popped up that little blue line for me to tell me, hey, give a little tug on the steering wheel. It has nothing to do with positioning of your hands or anything like that. Alright, so because I'm following a car when I'm driving on the surface streets, it is actually, paying attention to my speed. But surface streets is not the place that you want to use the autopilot. Granted, it does work well if there's a car ahead of you, but if there's no one ahead of you, it's not going to work well. Alright, so we do have to keep in mind that it is also not going to disengage when you are coming up to a stop sign or a red light. Okay, so obviously this is an electric vehicle. It's going to have a lot of torque and be pretty fun, so just use caution with your neck when you're engaging the accelerator here. It is a pretty fast little car. Your blinker, if you give a light tap up or down, that is going to just engage the blinker for 3 clicks. If you do a hard press, it is going to actually engage it until it feels the wheel turning all the way around. Alright, I'm going to now pull over and just finish walking you through some of the functionality here to put the car in park. I'm going to press on the end of that. You have your climate and your seat controls here. So all of the seats do have heaters. However, only the front and passenger have, the front passenger and driver have the control down here. Otherwise, you can access everything through here. Your climate, to adjust the positioning that the air is coming out, you use this. If you want to separate it to where it feels like, you know, you've got air coming over here and over here, you separate it like that. You can set it to where it's automatically going to adjust the temperature. Okay. The nice thing about this car is everything, all of your controls are all right here. By pressing the car emblem there, it is going to bring you up tons of options. So your mirror adjustments, you're going to click on that. It's going to tell you to use the toggles to adjust your right and left mirror. You can hit done. If you want to adjust your steering wheel, you can do that as well. Telescoping and as well as the up and down. All right. Everything is set on auto right now, so your lights are on auto. Your door locks, you do have to actually manually lock this car unless you have your phone set up. I can't set up your phone on a rental. If it's a long-term rental, we can talk about it, but short-term rental, I can't do that. Your display is set up on auto. Driving, I have right now, it's set on standard. You do have standard regenerative braking, which is basically where you're going to take your foot off the accelerator. The car is going to slow down dramatically. You can pretty much get away without using your brakes hardly ever. And if you don't like the way that feels, just put that to low. Your autopilot settings are here, so you can change you know, your cruise control distance. If you want to pause and read this, you can pause and read that really quickly. Or to get that to pop back up, you can just turn it off and turn it back on, and then it'll give you that little disclosure to read. Your glove box control is here. So you do have your registration as well as your insurance card there. All right. You do have some chargers down here. So a Type-C USB and an iPhone charger. My card is there. If you have any questions or, you know, at any point, if you need a realtor, just let me know. You do have cup holders and a wide variety of options here in the car. To get out of the car, you are going to have to press this button here. That'll open the door up. In the trunk, there is actually a charging packet that I want to show you. I'm just going to show that really quickly. Alright, so you have your various chargers. Charging on a 220 or a 110 is a possibility, as well as you have an adapter for an electric vehicle charging station. The typical is a 5-prong charger, so that's available for you. There is plenty of storage in this car. You have some additional storage down underneath, as well as the full trunk there. You also have the front trunk as well. Alright. I have a dog coming after me. And the dog's walking up to the car. Alright, so it's telling me I need to tap to allow access, so I'm going to put that in there and put my foot on the brake. Alright. And there we go again. We just put it back in drive and we are able to take off. Alright, so I think I've kind of walked you through the basics. Obviously there are a lot more functions in this car than just that, but YouTube doesn't want to allow me to have a very long video, so I've got to kind of keep it to a minimum here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you love Tesla and love the experience and you want to own one, please make sure you contact me. There are some benefits of having an owner referral when you're purchasing a new Tesla. So I would love to provide you with that referral code. Gives you free supercharging on a Model S or Model X. Honestly, at this point in time, I'm not sure what the options are on the Model 3. I don't know if they give you some cool little, you know, t-shirt or who knows what, but there may be something that they give for that as well. But again, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. My phone number is 480-390-7465. Thank you for renting, and you have a great day.